When do I feel safe to let them go back? When does she feel safe to go back to school? It's supposed to be one of the safest places in the world.
Honoring the victims of the Abundant Life Christian School shooting, how community members tonight came together at the state capitol. And looking for a motive, what clarifications Madison police made at today's press conference. It's all ahead on News 3 Now at 10. We do have breaking news at this hour out of Janesville. Police responding after reports of shots being fired. News 3 Now's Will Keneally joins us live from the scene with more. Will, what does the scene look like at this time?
That's right, Eric. So we got a call into our newsroom about 8:30 this evening, and so right now, after about an hour and a half, the scene is pretty quiet. We were tracking about a half a dozen cop cars. I'll step out of the way so you can see a little bit better. About half a dozen police cars here in the area, and they've cordoned off the section of High Street in Janesville. Even within the last few minutes, we've seen a person biking down the street here who was stopped by police, asking them to kind of be careful as they approach whatever the scene is here. Our digital desk over at channel3000.com has been working with Janesville PD for the last hour or so here. They have not been able to provide us many updates, but we have heard from a nearby resident here that they've been asking neighbors to stay in place just for the moment here. So again, we'll continue to keep you updated here and both online at channel3000.com. But for now, reporting in Janesville, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
All right, Will, thank you. Tonight, as our community continues to grapple with yesterday's tragedy, people are coming together. Our Ellie La Liberté live at the state capitol where a candlelight vigil took place earlier this evening. Ellie?
So we think they're not coming back to us? Like there's no, I don't know this.
Phillips statue on state capitol grounds. People filling the space, coming together as a community, trying to heal. Hundreds coming to the state capitol to show support, to grieve, and to be together.
I think the fact that folks are still gathering and still trying to be in community and in conversation with one another is kind of how you keep hope alive when you're in a particularly hopeless moment.
After Monday's deadly school shooting left a teacher and a student dead and put others in the hospital.
I wish that it didn't feel like it had to take something so tragic for us to come together in such a manner the way that we did tonight.
Candles lit up as the Madison community looks to heal.
By taking care of each other.
A mom of a teenager at La Follette High School, heartbroken over the shooting at Abundant Life Christian School.
I looked at the news. I'm sorry, I just lost it. I just watched the rest of the day. I called her and I said, "You're coming home right now." I was just scared.
Lillian Smith, who knows some students at ALCS who have now been impacted by the tragedy.
It's scary to think that maybe when I go to school, I might not come back to see my mom and my sister and all my family.
Now, parents like Amy still left with unanswered questions.
When do I feel safe to let them go back? When does she feel safe to go back to school? It's supposed to be one of the safest places in the world.
And at tonight's vigil, we also heard from speakers like Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway and MMSD Superintendent Joe Gothard, both who say it's important to look out for one another in a time like this, but thoughts and prayers are no longer enough. Reporting live at the state capitol, Ellie La Liberté, News 3 Now.
Ellie, thank you. Next at 10, flurries will hit the ground tonight, creating some slick conditions. Jacob joins us now with how much snow we might get.
Yeah, right now we are seeing that snowfall, especially in the far southern portion of Wisconsin. If we take a look at the current radar, there also are a few areas where the snow is at moderate to even some heavier bands of snow, but it looks like that heavier band kind of drifting further south into northern Illinois. And most of the flurries right now are for Madison and areas to the south. Areas to the north may not see anything at all. Now, zooming further out, there is still some snow out in Iowa, so we may continue to see some of this flurry to moderate snow shower activity for the next few hours. Now, as we take a look at the forecast, we are going to certainly be mostly dry by sunrise with just a few flurries by then. But the snow that does accumulate over the next few hours may still be on the roads and may still create some slick conditions. But this is mostly for areas south of Madison. Everywhere from Dane County north will only see very light flurries. And then as you see, on Thursday, we have another system coming through, but this system is actually warranted an alert day and we are going to potentially see up to around 4 inches of snow for parts of the area, especially north of Madison. I'll talk more in detail about this coming up a bit later, but Thursday's snow will certainly be more than what we're going to see tonight.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Tonight, multiple vigils have been held as the community comes together to heal from yesterday's school shooting at Abundant Life. Meryl Hubbard spent the evening at Casa de Fe in Monona talking with a pastor who has 3 children who attend Abundant Life.
Casa de Fe held a vigil to pray for the families and community after the school shooting at Abundant Life. Many of the families here have children who attend the school itself.
What can we do better so not another life is taken from us?
At the vigil, the chief pastor gave prayers to this Spanish community. Him and the leadership team set up the vigil that same morning.
This is what the church is supposed to do. Help and aid people and pick people up.
Pedro Ruiz Jr. stands with them as a pastor and parent of 3 boys.
Physically, they're okay, but emotionally, there's a lot of things going on. 2 of his classmates, one died and the other one, is in critical condition.
All 3 of Ruiz's children attend Abundant Life. 2 of them were at the school during the shooting, and he says his middle child heard the gunshots go off.
He told me today, he's like, Papi, when this was happening, I try to be strong. I didn't know what was going on.
Ruiz is not the only parent who is having these conversations.
When it happened in your life and your family, it's hard.
Isabel Simone Cruz has been going to this church for over a decade. She has a son who attends Abundant Life and says they need the church now more than ever.
We pray. That's the only way we can find it. We have a pace.
Whether it was community members, families, or parents, Pastor Ruiz echoes why this space matters in a time of tragedy.
It has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with helping each other and bringing each other up and healing together.
The vigil was bittersweet because people are coming together and healing, but they're coming together after a tragedy in their community. Reporting in Monona, Meryl Hubbard, News 3 Now.
And the investigation into yesterday's school shooting is ongoing today. Madison police and city officials held a news conference to clarify some details. Let's go now to Maddie Heimsch, live at the state capitol. And Maddie, what can you tell us?
Eric, I've reported at each press briefing over the past day and a half now, and I want to bring you everything we know right now and some key clarifying points. So we do know the identity of the shooter. We know that police are in contact with the shooter's family, and we know that 4 victims are still being treated in the hospital for a range of injuries. But for right now, I want to take you through the last day and a half with everything we know.
In an event like this, there is a lot of chaos, and it can be difficult to parse out where information is coming from and how accurate it is at any given time.
At 10:57 on Monday, a 2nd grade teacher called 911.
Got a call coming in at Abundant Life Christian Church for a shooter, just advising someone was shot.
Copy. Let's make this an active shooter incident.
Just over an hour later, Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes spoke publicly.
Today is a sad, sad day, not only for Madison, but for our entire country.
Barnes held public briefings 3 more times throughout the day, each time making more information available.
We have to give you more information about that and what we may have learned from that process.
And the next day, retracting information that was shared inaccurately.
Yesterday, after looking at the computer-aided dispatch system, it seems as if a call came from a 2nd grader. It actually read, the call came from a 2nd grade teacher. That was a mistake. That's my responsibility, and I apologize.
Barnes correcting a statement he made the night before that a 2nd grade student had made that call. The department had also reported Monday that 5 people were dead before retracting that statement and stating it was 3 people. One official also reportedly told the Associated Press that the shooter was 17 years old. We now know she was 15.
In a developing scene, sometimes we will share information that's not 100% correct, but as you've seen already, the chief comes back and tries to give out the best information we can and correct any mistakes.
Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway ended the briefing Tuesday afternoon with a clear statement to the press.
We'll share what we can when we can, and not before that. Thank you.
Now we'll continue to stay in communication with officials to bring you everything they know, don't know, and what we continue to learn over these next few days. Reporting live at the state capitol, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Maddie, thank you. We are also following the aftermath of yesterday's shooting in the neighborhood where the suspected shooter lived. Neighbors on this quiet north side street are still trying to wrap their heads around what happened after police learned that the suspected shooter lived at a home on this block. Now characterized by broken windows and a front door blown off the hinges, family and friends of the homeowners are working to clean up the aftermath in the midst of their own tragedy. Police are still working to determine what led the 15-year-old girl to bring a gun to school this week. And today, several Madison schools were placed on secure status after receiving several hoax calls about an armed person outside their buildings. The calls were designed to look like they had come from the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline and were quickly deemed non-credible by Madison police. Officials say these so-called swatting incidents are increasingly common nationwide. MMSD has emphasized student safety remains a top priority and urged families to report any concerns anonymously through Speak Up and Speak Out. Madison Police Chief Sean Barnes says the city will use federal partners if necessary and will find out where those fake threats originated, adding that federal charges may be levied as well. As the community is still dealing with what happened yesterday, some are looking at what solutions might be available. Madison is Congressman Mark Pocan's home district, of course, and while he lives in rural Dane County right now, he has represented Madison in D.C. since 2013. In the wake of the shooting, he was quick to call for more than just thoughts and prayers. He wants to see action.
We need to do more. And the way we do more is actually by taking action. We should not be the only country on the planet that has this type of activity happen as often as it does. And it takes backbone. And unfortunately, there's not enough backbone in Congress or state legislatures to deal with this adequately.
Among the lawmakers calling for quick action was President Joe Biden as well, in addition to lawmakers. He called for universal background checks, national red flag laws, and bans on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. 2 local organizations are raising funds to provide support for those impacted by the deadly shooting here in Madison. The Madison Community Foundation and the United Way Dane County have established the Abundant Life Christian School Emergency and Recovery Fund. The trust will assist those in need with both immediate financial relief and long-term recovery efforts. We have links to donate. You can find them on our website, channel3000.com. When we come back at 10, Jacob tells us about the alert conditions this week and a Madison alder released on bail. The criminal complaint outlining years of alleged abuse.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with the Ford crew.
Maverick, Ranger.
Another truckload of trucks?
Big event needs a big selection. Right, like the Ford F-Series. Best-selling trucks for 47 years. Gas, hybrid, electric, and big selection means great deals. Exactly, which means it's the best time to buy.
Choose Flex Buy on F-150 and get 1.9% APR financing for 66 months, plus 1,000 Flex Buy and 1,000 holiday bonus cash. See your Wisconsin Ford dealer.
At RG Heating and Air Conditioning, our promise to you is 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Guaranteed service, repairs, and replacements. Installing quality Trane equipment. Trust your home with RG Heating and AC.
When you want to make junk disappear, leave it where it is. 1-800-GOT-JUNK is full-service junk removal. I've got a partner who lives down the street from you, and we're anxious to come to your rescue. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Insurance costs going up? Erie Insurance has great coverages, rates, and claim service. And your rates won't increase because of celebrity advertising campaigns or sports stadium sponsorships. Call Affordable Insurance Solutions for your auto, home, or business quote and see what Erie Insurance could do for you.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
Maddie has heart failure, and it can't be cured. Our neighbor is using a Grace, so I asked Maddie's doctor about them. Turns out, they can help us. They're already managing Maddie's breathing trouble better. A Grace, authentic care and connection. Visit agrace.org to learn more.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Premier for $30 per month when bundled plus a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-833-440-0029. Spectrum Internet puts streaming live TV, sports, and popular apps all at your fingertips.
There's a lot to love about life in the 608. Fundraisers, farmers markets, family events.
Tell Josh what inspires you, and it might be featured on News 3 Now this morning. In the 608, weekdays only on News 3 Now this morning. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
We have new information tonight about the allegations of abuse against Madison Alder Charles Miadze. A criminal complaint filed in Dane County Court says Miadze beat, strangled, and threatened to kill former Deputy Mayor Gloria Reyes while the two were dating. The 49-year-old Alder is charged with 8 felonies, including 3 counts of strangulation and suffocation. Online court records show Miadze was handed a signature bond during his first appearance yesterday. This comes not too long after the Madison Common Council voted to censure Miadze after an investigation into allegations of harassment found no substantial evidence that he broke any local, state, or federal rules. A Janesville man is arrested after police say they found child pornography in his home around 6 this morning. Janesville PD's SWAT team executed a search warrant at a home on Canyon Drive. Police say an accumulation of debris and waste created unsanitary living conditions, posing health risks to potential occupants. Officers collected several electronic devices. A 32-year-old suspect was arrested and charged with possession of child pornography. On the national stage, the FBI and Homeland Security have sent new technology to detect those mysterious drones over New Jersey. Sightings have been reported now in at least 6 states, and the FBI has sifted through more than 5,000 tips in just the last few weeks. White House officials say agents are following about 100 leads.
After all that analysis over the last several days, we believe that the vast majority of these drones, of these sightings, represent commercial drones, law enforcement drones, hobbyists, and of course, as I've said before, civil aviation aircraft. There's absolutely no indication at this point that there's a national security threat or a public security threat based on what we know today.
The FAA released a video explaining the rules for drone operation in an attempt to educate the public. The FBI also warned people not to aim lasers or weapons at any suspected drones. The man accused of killing United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson has been indicted now for first-degree murder. The charge of murder in the first degree is rare because it requires special elements related to the crime to be charged. If convicted, Luigi Mangione faces a sentence of 20 years to life. Meanwhile, his lawyer says Mangione is not going to fight extradition. An extradition hearing is scheduled for Thursday in Pennsylvania. The man accused of the 2023 fatal stabbing of Cash App founder Bob Lee has been found guilty of second-degree murder. The San Francisco jury declined to convict Nima Momeni of first-degree murder. Prosecutors argue that Momeni stabbed the 43-year-old tech mogul with a knife after arguing about Momeni's sister. The second-degree murder charge carries a sentence of 16 years to life. Well, today, Wisconsin electors met to certify the results of the 2024 presidential election. Electors cast their vote for president and vice president on separate ballots. These documents are then sent to the president of the Senate, Wisconsin Secretary of State, the archivist, and a district judge on January 6th. A joint session of Congress will make the final tally to certify the election. President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration, of course, is scheduled for January 20th. A light dusting of snow expected across the Madison region tonight. An alert day in our forecast. Here's meteorologist Jacob Madison with more on the totals we can expect.
Thanks, Eric. Here's a look at the 3 things you need to know. We'll see those light flurries tonight with more snow expected Thursday, and then we'll see some colder temperatures over the weekend. If there was a 4th thing you need to know, after the weekend, temperatures are going to warm up a little bit, and we'll have mild temperatures for Christmas. Now, looking at the alert day, right now we're calling for widespread 1 to 4 inches of snow, but there could be some isolated amounts higher, especially north of Madison. And the alert day is mainly for Madison and areas north, although places to the south could still see some accumulation. Now, this is mostly for Thursday into Thursday night, but we could see some lingering flurries into Friday morning. So taking a look at the snowfall forecast, this is right now still seeing those snow showers in southwestern and far southern Wisconsin. These are going to continue for the next few hours, but once we get closer to midnight, especially after midnight, a lot of it will will dip south into Illinois. Could continue to see some lingering flurries, but for the most part, we're definitely going to be dry by the time we get to sunrise on Wednesday. And then we'll see sunshine to end the day Wednesday, but overnight, we'll see some clouds roll in, and by Thursday morning, we'll start to see some snow showers for the northern portion of our area. And once we get to the late morning and early afternoon, we'll see that snow move into the rest of our region. And although there could be some pockets of heavy snow at times, we're really looking at light to moderate snow. But this light to moderate snow could last for several hours. The heaviest snow does look to be in the evening, so the Thursday morning commute may be pretty snowy. And as snow continues throughout the night, we may see Friday morning's commute be fairly snowy. So in both situations, definitely take it easy on the roads because there could be some snow on there. And these snow showers are going to continue during the overnight hours as well. Like I mentioned, they could be lasting for several hours, possibly up to around 12 hours for a few locations. Now, once we get to the late morning hours Friday, a lot of it will clear out and then we'll definitely be dry by Friday afternoon. Now, here's the map that I'm sure everyone wants to see. This is the accumulation forecast. Okay, all the numbers just disappeared, but around 2 to 4 inches for Madison and areas south, a little bit more further north. I'll try to get this working for the end of the show. I do apologize, but widespread around 2 to 4 inches, around 4 to 6 for areas further north. Now, as we take a look at kind of recapping everything, less than an inch tonight, 1 to 4 inches Thursday. Also want to point out that it is going to be a little bit windy, but we're not too concerned about the temperatures. The wind chills are not going to be too low, only going to be in the teens. And this is mostly going to be snow, not expecting to see any freezing rain or ice along with this system. Now, as we look at the 7 to 10 day forecast, we are going to see those colder temperatures over the weekend, but then milder temperatures as we head into Christmas. Highs in the lower 40s possibly for Christmas, maybe even highs near 50 for the Friday after Christmas. So unfortunately, any snow that does accumulate may melt before Christmas, but it will stay on the ground for the weekend, so it definitely will feel like Christmas over the weekend with some of that accumulating snow from Thursday.
And coming up in sports, champs of the NBA Cup, how Giannis and the Bucks got it done in Las Vegas. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
COVID-19. I'm not waiting. If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Paxlovid is an oral treatment for adults with mild to moderate COVID-19 and a high risk factor for it becoming severe. It does not prevent COVID-19.
My symptoms are mild now, but I'm not risking it. If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Paxlovid must be taken within the first 5 days of symptoms and help stop the virus from multiplying in your body.
Taking Paxlovid with certain medicines can lead to serious or life-threatening side effects or affect how it or other medicines work, including hormonal birth control. It's critical to tell your doctor about all the medicines you take because certain tests or changes in their dosage may be needed. Tell your doctor if you have kidney or liver problems, HIV-1, or plan to become pregnant or breastfeed. Don't take Paxlovid if you're allergic to nirmatrelvir, ritonavir, or any of its ingredients. Serious side effects can include allergic reactions, some severe, like anaphylaxis, and liver problems. These are not all the possible side effects, so talk to your doctor.
If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Ask your doctor today.
When you donate furniture, cabinets, and appliances to Habitat Restore, you make an impact on neighbors in your community. Profits generated from Restore sales help provide safe and secure housing for hardworking families across Dane County. Donate to make a difference today.
The excellence of driving a Buick is matched by the excellence of the dealership experience when you own a Buick. Buick, exceptional by design.
Get a 2024 Buick Envista starting at $23,495. For attractive offers, visit these Buick dealers today.
Don't let an appliance breakdown break you down. Count on Brothers Maine to rise to the occasion with support baked into every deal. Whether replacing or remodeling, we'll make sure your experience is a piece of cake. Brothers Maine, feel like family.
Hey, babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE? Clue is get 4 of these for free with 4 lines for $90 a month at US Cellular.
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes? I love these free phone flakes.
Hey, Dad, 4 free phones.
Each survey has 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks.
Oh.
They're right behind me, aren't they?
Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. US Cellular.
Don't miss a chance to win a new furnace from AirServe of Madison. Send us a photo of your old, ugly furnace for a chance to win a new, beautiful furnace in the Ugliest Furnace Photo Contest on channel3000.com. Brought to you by AirServe of Madison.
Here's the secret worth sharing. Robertson, Wisconsin's aesthetic leader, has nurses that specialize in custom treatment plans. Always natural, never overfilled. Time to learn how aging is different at Robertson.
Since starting the season 2-8, the Bucks have been on a tear, winning 12 of the next 15 games, and now they're just one win away from taking home an NBA Cup championship. And there's no way this guy is leaving Vegas without a title. Thunder standing in the Bucks' way. Now, this one was close in the first half. Off the inbound play, Giannis throws down the alley-oop. He had 14 in the first half, finished with a game-high 26. Bucks led by 1 at the break. Second half, it was Dame time. Give that assist to Giannis. Dame dropped home 5 triples and added in 23 as the Bucks dominate the Thunder and are crowned NBA Cup champs. 97-81 is the final. High school girls hoops, reigning Division III champs Edgewood hosting Mount Horeb in a Badger small showdown. Crusaders jumped out to an early lead. Lauren Meester trying to bring her team back. The hoop and the harm cuts into that lead, but Edgewood has a player by the name of Anna Miller, and she is a problem on the court. Through contact, up and under, Edgewood stays perfect in conference play with a 73-51 win. And just a reminder to check out this week's Wisconsin Huddle. John Blackwell stops by to talk all things Badger men's hoops. Show airs at 6:30 on Friday, right here on News 3 Now. Will Pauling followed Luke Fickell from Cincinnati to Wisconsin, but now he's looking for a new home. Pauling put his name in the transfer portal after 2 productive years in Madison. He leaves with 116 catches for 1,244 yards and 9 touchdowns to his name. Joining him from the UW receiver room in the transfer portal, C.J. Williams, who's coming off his best season as a Badger. Other football news, safety Preston Zachman announced that he's sticking around for one final ride in Madison. He finished 3rd on the team in tackles and led the Badgers in interceptions with 2. Zachman posted on social media, quote, "Job's not finished." Well, the numbers don't lie. Sarah Franklin is ridiculously good at volleyball. Out of 33 matches, she finished with double-figure kills in all but 2. She averaged nearly 4.5 kills per set, and her grand total for the season was 535. Big reason why she went back-to-back as the Big Ten's Player of the Year, and the reigning National Player of the Year could do it again, too. Franklin was named one of 4 finalists for that award. We'll be right back.
It's Good News Madison, brought to you by Don's Home Furniture.
We love this time of year when we all get together in downtown Madison to enjoy the beautiful sparkling holiday lights, catch up with friends over cocktails, enjoy awesome local restaurants, and our family really enjoys creating holiday memories during Shine On Madison, which is a free, fun holiday celebration in downtown Madison. And that is Good News Madison, brought to you by Don's Home Furniture.
The holidays.
So happy to get
and holiday trips. And holiday toys. And holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Find your red tag and use your red tag bonus cash to get $5,750 total cash allowance on this Silverado. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? How about Hi, Grandma. How about Hi, Mom. Hi, Grandma.
Hey, sis. Guess who's home?
Oh, you made it. Smile, everyone. Measure your life in love. Seasons of love.
have no idea what I'm doing. My dad has Parkinson's and we need more support. That's why I connected with a Grace. Now I have a partner to help me understand what to expect. Choose more support and less stress with a Grace. Authentic care and connection.
Habitat homes are not given, they're earned. Home buyers take on 30-year mortgages, collectively contribute over $925,000 in property taxes, and spend 40 hours on homeowner education. Help more families invest in their futures. Donate today.
Papa Murphy's new cheesy stuffed crust pizza. Made fresh by us, baked fresh by you. Starting at $13.99, it's the hottest, meltiest stuffed crust pizza you'll ever have. Because it goes straight from our kitchen to yours. For fresh out of your oven, piping hot, cheesy goodness. It's what stuffed crust pizza should be.
Susan Simon, News 3 Now at 4 and 5 weekdays moving forward.
Well, before we leave you this evening, flags across the state of Wisconsin are flying at half staff now, and for the rest of the week, Governor Tony Evers signing the executive order in honor of the victims of the shooting at Madison's Abundant Life Christian School early yesterday. The governor's order is set to end at sunset on Sunday. We're going to go back to Jacob, one final check of what we can expect snow-wise overnight.
Yeah, let's take a look at the accumulations. Tonight, probably going to be less than an inch, just maybe a dusting at most. Now, as we take a look at Thursday's system, we'll see about 2 to 4 inches for everybody. A little bit more the further north you go. 4 to 6 inches are expected for the Dells and surrounding areas. We do have an alert day in the forecast for this. Again, Thursday evening and Friday morning are when the roads will likely be the worst, so definitely take it easy during those times.
All right, Jacob, thank you. And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10, folks. Have a good night.